In this video, we're going to be making the first electronic house inside of Islands. If you guys do enjoy this video and if you want to see more like this, make sure you do hit a like, subscribe and leave a comment down below, and let's get right into it. Okay, so we've spent the last hour building this small house. Okay, don't laugh, don't laugh. It is a terrible house, right? But we're going to be spicing up a little bit, adding electronic stuff that has been added inside of Islands. So in the last video, I actually covered how to get this block, so this Electrite block. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. So let's get on into this video. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually get the source of the block. We need to actually head all the way up to the roof. So I found a little way of getting up, but it won't really work. So we might just have to build our way up, maybe the side. Let's just get a ladder because we do need a way up to be able to actually get up it. So let's just type in ladder. So in the weeks to come, when they release more updates on this and being able to make more and more cool stuff, then we'll update this house and make brand new ones of new electronic houses. So if you are enjoying this and if you want to see more just like this one of building electronic houses and stuff like that, then make sure you keep up to date. And if you want a video on going in a bit more detail on how the electronic systems work, let me know down in the comments. Right, so what we're going to do, we are going to actually get this. So we don't need the totem disassembler just yet, but we're going to try including everything inside of this build. So the first thing that we need to do is actually put a solar panel on the roof. So it doesn't really matter where you put it. I kind of need a couple of them just for decoration wise, but in this case I'm just going to be putting one roughly about here just for this video. And then what I want to do, I want to, obviously I could use one of these gates if I had multiple of them, but because I only have one, I'm only going to really need one of them, right? So I need to put some holes in the roof. So we need to build maybe some lighting. So I can make strobe lights. What I'll do, I'll show you how to make strobe lights in just a moment, but let's actually sort out the lighting in this house. A light expanded down from here, so let's type in LED. Okay, and then because of the placement of it, we kind of want it like this. So we want to place it the opposite side so you can't really see it. It's kind of like a, you know, the opposite way. We do also have a switch so we can power them on and off on the top floor, because you can't actually put it on walls at the minute. So that is one issue that it has at the minute. So let's actually put, so the pass through, so the input is coming in to the electronic switch and the output is going out. So I think they named it pass through in this case, but because we don't want wires going through the whole entire place, we kind of need to sort something out. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to remove this. So let's just replace this. So let's get rid of the ladder. Let's just mine that and put this. So this basically keeps it out of the way. We're going to have a little wire showing through, but it shouldn't really matter really. So look, now we've got that highlighted and now that's sorted. We want to jump all the way down and go inside of our base. So because our source is on the top floor, you're welcome to use this and pause the video at any time if you want to like make your own lights and stuff. But because it's going through the block pretty much, I don't know why it's kind of making like a little round. But I wish you can actually place where the wire goes, otherwise you'll have wire going absolutely everywhere. So now that's all sorted. If we power it on, as you can see, that lit up. So it's got a power source conductor going through. So now the pass through, right, this is where it gets a little interesting. So because it's kind of going through the floor, we want to start off on the bottom floor and we want to place it over here. So this is the input, we want to click that on the input. Now you can see the lights have turned on. We can also get the pass through and pass it through to the other input on the other side. So these wires, I hope there's a way of hiding them a little better. I'm trying to do my best on hiding them, but I don't think it really works. So what we're going to do, just so we don't have this open wire, you know, going straight through the middle of our base, just so we can indicate that our base is working and it's turned on, we're just going to remove this. And we're going to turn one of these blocks on this side if we can. Okay, we can't because this block is slightly poked out. So I'm going to put one block like this and I'm going to get this block, this pass through, and I'm going to pass it straight into the input of the base. And then I'm going to get the pass through and raise it all the way up to the surface. So now at this point, look, we got the system going. So if we click this, it should turn off at the bottom. Fantastic. So that's all sorted. We've got our first floor of lights done. I think there's a way of hiding it, but yeah. So you can actually hide it like through these blocks, but we'll get to hiding it in just a moment. But at this point in time, we just want to get everything sorted. So now that's all set on that floor, we want to do this floor. So I think I'm going to like put it through this floor up here. I don't think we can actually. So they do have a lot of things to still work on this. We currently do have though. It is definitely good. Right, so we're gonna just hide this block there, and we're gonna put this there. So I do bear in mind that these blocks are full blocks, and it does look really ugly. Okay, but I'm just showing you a full electronic house, maybe a full working house that we could do everything in. So let's jump down here because we do need to get down. So there is an infinite source. I won't be showing that in the video. I will be showing that in the next video that I upload. So it could be out before this video, or it could be out after this video. Right, so I'm going to mix this up a little bit different. I'm going to use this timer, just so we have like some sort of timer kind of going. So let's get the pass through, and let's get all the way up to the surface and click this like that. So now this should turn on and off every so often. Let's put the input there, and let's bring this one all the way to there. Right, so now that's sorted. So this should take a little while, and then it should like flash, I think. Right, so as you can see, we've came to a place where it's taken so much power it won't actually pass through anymore. So what you do need like these gates, so it kind of works better and it heightens the signal. But because we only have one kind of system at the minute, it's very difficult to be able to actually use it, do what we need to do. So because we got this floor set up, we do need to remove this one, as it's just taking up way too much space for the system. So we just want to come all the way up to the surface and attach it to this block, and this will power this. So now we've got all floors sorted. Now we can switch it off and switch it on again. I know it looks a little ugly, okay, right. So now we've got the basic concept of our terrible looking electronic base. You guys could probably make something absolutely amazing, but early game, this is probably, you know, the kind of things that we're starting off with, just working things out. Over time, we'll find ways of, you know, getting infinite signal delays and stuff like that. So there was one idea that I had from Lumber Tycoon 2, is adding 2 timers, so 2 signals, and actually attaching one there and one on the other side, and then getting a source and trying to catch it in the loop. But unfortunately, Islands doesn't actually have that kind of system going. So as soon as you cut that signal off, everything turns off. So in some aspects it's good, and some aspects it's bad, because that means we're very limited on what we can do. So now we've actually got this sorted. Now we want to actually sort out our totem farm. So if you saw at the start of the video, I actually have a totem disabler. So let me just type that in. Alright, so this totem disabler, this will disable these totems under a certain time frame. So let's say if I want to program this on and keep it going, or maybe I want to set off another farm. So if I actually had 2 of these, I could have one here and one there, and then have a switch so one triggers on and one triggers off when I want to. So we can actually turn on and off farms now, so that's pretty cool. So let's just place that there. So now we've got that triggered, so it's currently off, right? So these should be still working. So let me just clear this. So this will be working right now. However, because we have to go kind of back to, you know, coal power at the minute, because I do not have another one. Actually, let's go make one quick. Let's go make one. So we want to come over here and head up these doors. So we do have 250 odd, so we can definitely make one. So let's just make one of these like this. And why not? Should we make one of these? Actually, no. I think what we've got so far is fine. What we could potentially do though is just make a couple of these, just so we can kind of use the other stuff in it as well. So we need one more steel rod. So let's grab a steel rod here. Okay, cool. And let's just pick this up and put that in our inventory. So now we've got one of those. We can kind of switch the items as well automatically by pressing a button. So it's absolutely crazy what we can do now with these electrical items. Throughout this week and next week, I will be coming covering so many videos on the electrical system and auto methods and different ways of solar panel farms and all sorts, so make sure you keep up to date for that. So now we've got another one of these. We could potentially add more stuff, so at this current time you can't make any kind of, you know, automatic door opening or anything in this current patch of the game. However, if there was, what I would do is add a little stair and a little hole so you can just see the switch, and then you could trigger the switch to open the door. But obviously we're kind of limited, so there's only so much we can do for a fully electronic house. Okay, now we've got that thing powered up onto the top, we can kind of change our setup a little bit now. So now we've got that, we want to add one of these OR switches like this. So this should power both of these. So if we bring it over here, let's just disconnect this one. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to power these. So if we put two of these in one of this, look, it still powers it through. So there's 20, 20 and 20. So I'm not too sure, this is meant to, that's a little bug, that's meant to go up to 40 power, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So let's just head all the way down here and head inside of our base, and let's power on that switch, and let's see if it will create a better input. So now the lights are on. How much energy does this have? 18, 17, 16 power. So perfect, that worked. So we want to bring this all the way down to the bottom now, all the way down and around the back, and we want to actually put it on here. So now this is triggered, right? So when this is activated, this will stop working. What we could do as well, if we wanted to just make a little indicator that this is working, we could add a block above here and power this on round the back using a time lapse. So let's put this here, and okay, right, so pass through. So you want to pass through there to there, and then there, and then the pass through will go up to here. So what this will do is continuously lap this on and off, indicating to us that this is working. So when this is powered on, no wheat will actually go through this because it's blocking the signal through. Well, it should be doing that anyway. So now that's signaled on, this is basically will stop this farm, and if we keep going with the line all the way down, we can actually set a backwards repeater, so when one is triggered off, the other one triggers on. So this is very good if we wanted to make an automatic setup. We'll cover more of that in a fresh video, but that is basically the system that we're going for. So now let's say if we wanted this farm to suddenly work, all we have to do, look, let's just check the chest, make sure it's empty. So the chest is empty, right? We just want to head through here and activate the switch. So now we've activated the switch, everything has turned off, right? We can set up like different kind of switches for different things, but in this case I'm just going to be doing this. So now this is triggered off, everything starts working and it starts loading it in. So you can make some really cool farms with this, and I'll get into that in more of next video. But overall, that is basically covers it in this video. What we could do before we do end the video though is make like a lantern or something. Maybe we want like some in the floor, or maybe we want some strobe lights. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just do this like all the way up, and then one like that, and then add a light maybe about here or here. Okay, that just looks horrible, I'm not gonna lie, but I think that would do for now. We could add like a button on top or something, so this would trigger the circuit. So let's do the pass through to here. So I'm not too sure if this will trigger because obviously you need electricity. So when you click this button, it should turn on. But at the end of the day, it's pretty funny, okay? But let's actually get this and get the input and attach it over here to the output. So this will strobe on and off as well. So there's limited time for us to click that button to be able to actually trigger this setup. But honestly, you know, there's only so much you can do with the current state it's in to not make it look a little ugly, okay? Because honestly, it does look kind of ugly at the minute. So we are really limited on what we can do. But overall, that is the video, and that covers it for the first electronic house to be seen inside of Islands. So if you guys do enjoy this video, and if this video did help you in some way, maybe you learned how to do electricity now and how to kind of get started with it. So I hope this video did help you. Make sure you do drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.